All right, today we're going to talk about our next section, which is section 5.3. And we're going to be talking about comparing ratios. In decimal form. Now this is another one that's going to feel very familiar to us because it's basically the same thing as we used to do when we were doing fractions, except now they're going to come and they're going to look like ratios. So remember, a ratio again is a relationship between two numbers. And it can be all sorts of things. It can be a fraction. It can be a decimal. And it can be a, what else am I missing? Fraction, decimal, or it can be words as well. And today all we're going to be doing is we're going to take a ratio and we're going to write it out in decimal form. Now I am going to be expecting long division. I want to see your long division on the homework. Let's take a look at a quick example. So if we were going to take a look at two decimals, and we're going to decide which is bigger. And I was going to look at these two. Let's write down my little example one. So I'm going to say compare 7/14 and 11/20. All right, so here's what I would do. First, I would look, and I'm going to simplify my ratios because that's the easiest way for me to look and compare, because I don't want to long divide if I don't have to. That's kind of my way of looking at things. So 7/14, well, that I can definitely see that both of these are divisible by 7. And that's going to give me 1/2. And I know that to be 0.5. Nice. That was easy. I didn't have to do any long dividing. 11/20, though, is a little bit trickier. I am going to have to divide that. Now, I can reason that 11/20 is going to be bigger because I know that it's more than 1/2. But we're still going to long divide anyway, just to use it as an example. So the question is, how many 11s go into 20? And it looks like certainly 1 11 goes into 20. I think I'm doing this backwards. See, it's been a while since I have converted fractions to decimals. I'm going to put my 20 outside so that I can find out what decimal I'm going to. That makes way more sense. So my real question is not how many 20s go into 11, because that would be 0 if I were to do that. How many 20s go into 110, which would be 5. 5 times 20 is 100. Subtract. I have 10. Drop down another 0. How many 20s in 100? Well, certainly 5. 20 times 5 is 100. Gets me to 0. Nice, I'm done. So my fraction here is 0.5, 5. So I can definitely see that this one, in this case, is bigger. Now, what was convenient is both of these came to me as as fractions. But sometimes these ratios will come to us written out in their confusing ratio way. So if I say, rewrite this one in decimal form, rewrite 9/5 as a decimal. Here, good thing I checked. I'm going to first rewrite it as a fraction. I can see that I have 9/5. Okay, and now I'm going to need to turn it into a decimal using my long division. So again, I'm going to put, let's see, how was it this time? I had my what my numerator goes inside, so my 9 goes inside and my 5 goes outside, which makes sense. How many 5s are in 9? 1. 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract, I have 4. Add some decimal, oops. Did not mean to add it there. How many 5, oh, that was 4. Bring it down. How many 5s are in 40? That is 9. No. It is 8. 5, so I'll put my 8 where I scribbled out earlier. Oops. 5 times 8 is 40. Subtract, gets me to 0. Done. So if I was going to write 9/5 as a fraction, or sorry, as a decimal, I'm going to write it as 1.8. Nice. Feel like you get it? Go on ahead. I'm going to do one more quick example. And I'm going to move my page before I forget and go off the edge, which is never good. All right, we're going to compare. Uh, 6 to 10 and 1 to 4. Okay, first I'm going to rewrite them all as fractions, 6 to 10 and 1 to 4. And then I'm going to simplify them as well. Actually, I'm not going to simplify this one because if I can easily turn this one into a decimal, because if I know if it's in tenths, I can just write it as 0.6, which is really convenient and nice. And 1/4, that's one that I should know. 1/4 is a quarter, which is the same as, money, a quarter. So I can write this as 0.25. So you can always looking for shortcuts and easy tricks. And now it's easy for me to compare. 0.6 is definitely more than 0.25. All right, that should cover all of the questions that you're going to be doing. And good luck. Thanks. Subscribe.